especially grateful for the students who translated my whole presentation into Greek, so that if you follow the big screen, I will probably make more sense to some of you than if you're looking at the little screen. I want to share with you today a little bit about a journey that I went on as a teacher and have continued on over the years that I've been an educator. When I first started teaching, I taught the way that I was taught. I prepared my lessons, and I delivered the lessons, and I tried hard, and I thought surely that if I worked hard, my students would learn. And one day in my third year of teaching, a little boy walked up to me in the hall. I was teaching 7th grade. He was about this tall, and the classes were changing from one period to another, and it was very noisy in the hall, and it was the beginning of school, about the 6th day of school. When he came up to me, he whispered something. He had his hand over his mouth, and he whispered something, and I couldn't hear him because it was very noisy. I thought he wanted me to help him open his locker, because new students in the school get very confused about opening lockers, and it's very scary to them. So when he whispered to me, I thought he just wanted help with his locker, but he was speaking so softly, and his hand was over his mouth, that I was having difficulty understanding. And so I asked him to talk a little bit louder and move his hand down, and he nodded, but when he said whatever it was he was saying again, he put his hand up again. And I couldn't hear him, so I said, try one more time. And I took his hand and pulled it down, and got down low so I could hear what he was saying. And what he was saying to me was, I can't read. He was 15 years old. He was getting ready to come into my 7th grade class for the first time, where everybody else was 12 years old. And in that minute, I think I asked all of the questions to myself that I've asked for the next